EVE Online mission, The Fortress. This is a level 5 security mission, and this is probably one of the harder ones to brute force, kill everything, and win. This one is also, it's hard if you want to like kill everything, but it's easy if you want to blitz it, right? With a blitzing, you could just use a carrier, go for the main structure that you need to target and blow up, right? You could just blow up the starbase capital, ship array with a carrier and fighters, and then just warp away. But if you want to go through it and like kill every little thing and like do a complete salvaging run of it, it's a little bit hard because it has a lot of nuke pressure. So I'm gonna warp at 100 km in.
Warp drive active.
And I think the first thing I'm gonna do is try to get rid of all the little tackle frigs. And then I'm gonna try to start focusing down on the new towers. Pretty sure I will be warping out at some point too. Alright, so I'm 100 away. Let's go for the little guys first, so I don't get caught. Let's see if I can connect with these. Alright, there goes one. Hopefully we can get rid of all the little guys, then we won't have to worry about getting scrammed. That's all the little guys there. Alright, next, start to focus on some of these nuke towers. Stack these back up. Alright, I misclicked there. Let's turn this off. Kill one of the towers. What's the range on this? 61. 61. Alright. Alright, doesn't look good. So, let me recharge the cap. Probably better. There's no station here. No station, no thing. Alright, so just gotta wait a little bit. Let me do it. Oh, let me not repair right now. There's also this. Gives you a little bit more armor. Let's just get the armor back. One cycle probably should be enough. Whatever. So pretty much just wait for the cap to go back. If there was a station or a citadel, you could just dock and undock. You'll get your cap fully back. But there's nothing here for that. So we gotta just wait it out a little bit. So the cap's going pretty fast. Let's get it back to 100, and that should probably be enough to at least take out 1 or 2 towers, and then you just do rinse and repeat. So you can take out all those nuke towers. You can kind of get by with only 4 up. Like, the large cap batteries can block some of it. But when there's 8 up, that's way too much. Alright, it's at 94. That's probably good enough. So we go back into the mission. I can probably be I could be somewhat closer.
Active.
And then maybe I can use conflag. So I can kill those things faster. Let's see. And then maybe I can see if one of the Frigg wrecks are closer, and I can probably use one of those. Alright, this is somewhat better. Alright, but I'm still not in range. Switch back to Scorch. Let me align. Right, so this tower should definitely be going down. We'll try to focus on that one next. Actually, this is closer. Alright, let me grab this wreck. That's closer. Maybe I can go in, use conflag, and then go out. I can pull all these guys over here, and then I'll have a little bit leeway, I guess. Let's turn on the repper. Oof. One down. get a little bit more damage and get out.
Warp drive active.
It's pretty much gonna have to rinse and repeat that to get those new towers down. Even with 2 batteries, it's not enough. Is there anything better? Let me see if there's anything better than this. I don't think there is. Cap warfare resistance. That's what we're looking for. No. That's the best. 28. And you can get that blueprint and make that storyline from doing Cosmos Amar mission. But those are only single run, or like you can only do those missions one time. So if you want to get a bunch of those storylines, you would have to use the alts, and like you would have to do a bunch of missions to get the standings up, to even have access to doing those things. And then there's like a bunch of missions to do there. But it's definitely quite profitable in some aspects, because there's definitely a couple of storyline items that are really good compared to the other stuff. And like this is probably one of the best ones, right? The large cap battery. Alright, it's good to wait for this cap to go back up. And this time I'm gonna warp to the wreck, because I think the wreck is really close to the nuke towers, and then I can start using this. We'll do a bunch more damage. I might even be able to get a cycle off of this. So I'll go in, turn this on, start using this to do a lot more damage. Turn this off and then warp out if it's getting too hot, which most likely it will get too hot because there's too many nuke towers up. All right, this is almost full. That's probably good enough. Let me go back in. Warp to 0.
Warp drive active.
Hopefully I don't screw this up. It's going back up. 97. All right, that's perfect. Oh, okay, so it didn't go to the warp. Okay, so you can't warp to the what you call it. All right, so that doesn't work. The only thing you can do is if you make a bookmark down this way, and then like do what you call it, but I guess that's too much. I don't think it's gonna matter now. Forget that. So this tower should be going down. Probably I can handle one cycle of this, so I can do more damage. I probably should have done that before also. Do this one next. I think you can do one more cycle of this. How much damage is this? 1,400-ish damage. Alright, I can do another cycle. Let's do a quick repair. This one will be next. Probably do another cycle. This is probably going to be it. Hopefully I can get this down. Do a line. Oh, come on. Should have enough to do this last one. A little bit more. Perfect.
Warp drive
Alright, so I'm going to warp
active.
out. Regain the capacitor again, and then I should be good to go for the rest of the mission. There is one more, I think, little hard part, because I think another four energy newts, I think, pop out at some point. I think, I don't remember though. But I should have enough to handle it. Alright, so again, just wait for the cap to go back, and then since there's only 4 left, I should be able to regen enough cap and keep going to start removing the NPCs that are on the grid, and then I'll start attacking the ship array, and then that's going to start spawning more things and kill all those things, and then it should be good to go. Alright, so just going to wait this out again. 5. Oh, did I bring a tractor? Yeah, alright, so when I start killing the NPCs, I'll put down the MTU so you can see what kind of tags that you gain from killing the guys in here. Alright, just wait until I get 94-ish and then I can go back in. Alright, that's probably good enough.
Warp drive active.
Alright, let's get these last remaining energy newts down. Take out these other towers. Definitely need to get these things down as quick as possible. Tank is holding. there goes another new tower. One tower left. And then we also have these sentry towers, and then some of these missile towers, or missile batteries.
A module has run out of charges.
No. Pretty much everything is on me, doing the damage. Let's see what this says here. So it's going all to explosive. 60% all explosive for the reactive armor hardener. Take out the towers that are a little bit far away, and then I'll switch to conflag for these. Probably take out the drones to get a little bit more DPS. What am I doing? Oh, I ran out of charges and I accidentally flipped. Alright. Go back to conflag. How much damage am I at? 2,300?
Module has run out of charges.
Ay, ay, ay. There. Two more battleships. Alright, so for the next part here, that's the main objective, right? So if you wanted to like blitz and win this mission really quick, you just blow this thing up and run away. You can probably do it very easy in a carrier. Okay, for me, I am gonna slow boat, get closer. Let my cap recharge, because I'm pretty sure there's another round of newt towers that will spawn. I definitely want to get in the range of the thing, so I can also use my smart bombs and everything. So this is going to take a little bit to get closer. So I definitely want to get like at least 6,000 MOA. This is gonna spawn a bunch of fighters once I start attacking it, and they will get destroyed by my smart bombs. And then I think there's another additional spawns that happen. I don't remember if it's carriers, but there's something else spawns. But I should be able to tank and handle everything now. It might get dicey at some point, right? Okay, 27, 26. Let's see, is there any way of making sure these are all 49% damage, 48, 35, 49. Alright, so those should definitely last me without giving me problems, hopefully. Ding. Here, let's make these all abandoned so I can see if there's going to be, additional spawns. You can see the difference of the new things I killed versus the old. I'm curious if that does anything. Can you even target that? Alright, so you can't blow that up. There is some missions and some static complexes where there is these things you can blow up. And depending on what you're blowing up, it can prevent some spawns from re-triggering. But it doesn't look like this. I don't know if this... Yeah, this you can't blow up, so... And, like, I don't know if these are, like... Let's see. Can you blow this thing up? Okay, this you can blow up. Let me blow up these two things and see if there's any difference. Alright, so I'm 500 meters away from the main objective. Let's hunker down. Let me kill this thing, and then kill this thing. Alright, so it doesn't have any drops. Nice, huge explosion. Alright, so now I'm gonna attack this and then just start spawning stuff. Let me just wait for this explosion to go. Alright, here we go. There, so it just spawned all its little fighters. A bunch of little guys. A bunch of towers. Another wave is coming out. So I kind of don't want to hit the towers. Something triggers new towers to spawn. These guys are gonna die. Take out those little frigs. These guys are gonna die soon. A bunch of them just went boof. Alright, so there's nothing near me anymore. Don't need the smart bumps. Turn those off. Okay. So the strong feeling, if I remember this correctly, is if I attack these, I think these will then spawn or trigger nuke towers. I don't want to handle nuke towers right now. So let me kill everything that's on grid. Let me pop out the MTU, since I'm not going to be moving for a while. And then I can see at the end what kind of loot and tags there are here for doing a full clear. .43, just on the edge, just on the edge of the fallout. So I need to be careful on the little drones, because these guys might wander off and start attacking the towers. Okay, so just a bunch of battleships left on the grid. Alright, so that was the last battleship. Let's see what happens now with these towers, if they do any additional spawns. Nope. One more. Oh. Alright, well, there's the full clear. Let's see what some of the loot looks like. Fleet Commander Insignia 2. High Captain Insignia 1. Private Insignia 2. So it seems like that's going to be like your baseline for tags. It's the same. High Captain Insignia 1. Yeah, it's the same one there. Right? So again, this mission was called The Fortress. This one's against the Minotaur. Not as much loyalty points as you get as other ones. ISK rewards, pretty standard. Let's go over the build. So the build is Mega Pulse lasers, 2 smart bombs, 2 dark blood cap rechargers, 2 storyline large cap batteries, X-type large armor repair, 2 faction heat sinks, 3 A-type multi-spectrum energized membranes, 1 reactive armor hardener, 2 control circuits, Tech 2s, and then a bunch of, charges and stuff. That's going to be it for this.